Tadano Hitohito was a normal student who was surprised to get into this school. He decided he would stay quiet and not get noticed like before, but this plan became hard right away because his locker was next to a locker of a classy girl with long black hair. Tadano tried to say hello and understood that she was very beautiful and had a lot of self-respect, but instead of answering, the girl just stood still and then quickly left. Tadano did not understand what happened, and he saw the name Komi written on the locker. Later, when Tadano reached the classroom, he was surprised to see Komi sitting on the seat next to him. Because of what happened before, he was still confused, but he liked that he was sitting with the most beautiful girl in class. At the same time, he felt that the other students did not like him because they thought he was not good enough to sit with Komi, and they thought Komi was very special. Then the homeroom teacher came and told everyone to introduce themselves one by one. The first girl shook with nervousness and the class laughed at her. When it was Komi's turn, everyone paid attention to her. She went to the board, wrote her name, and then quietly sat back down. After that, Tadano had to introduce himself, and people clearly showed dislike for him, which made him feel he was the most hated in the class. Later, Komi dropped an eraser and Tadano tried to return it, but another student threw it again. Tadano quickly picked up the eraser and put it in Komi's desk. Komi looked at Tadano for a moment, then her body shook and she stood there with no expression. Tadano did not understand what happened, so he acted like he saw nothing. Then it was time to go to the gym. Many students started to gather around Komi, and in that crowd Tadano fell down. At the same time, a very quiet voice could be heard that showed why Komi could not talk to people now. When Tadano woke up, he found himself in the classroom. Komi was sitting at her desk near him and had a small cat toy in her hand. Tadano got nervous and acted like he did not hear anything. Komi also got nervous and tried to leave. Tadano stopped her and tried to understand if she had trouble talking to people. Komi turned to look at Tadano and started shaking again. Then Tadano understood that Komi really had a hard time talking. He tried again in class to know what Komi wanted to say, but Komi stayed scared. Then Tadano showed her that she could write on the board. Komi wrote and asked how Tadano knew she could not talk to people. Tadano said he guessed from her actions, and Komi wrote that no one had understood this before. Tadano thought of going to the gym again, but Komi did not let him go and held his uniform to stop him. Komi also said she could not eat lunch. Tadano asked about her, and Komi kept writing on the board that she wanted to talk to people, but she was scared people would not like her and would be afraid of her. She wrote that in primary school, lunchtime was hard for her because everyone talked and ate together, but she felt alone. She tried to talk, but no words came out, and no matter how much she tried, this problem did not go away. She also wrote that she did not know what to do, how to talk, how to move forward, or what to do if people rejected her or thought she was boring. In the end, she wrote that she wanted to invite Tadano to lunch with her. After reading her words, Tadano became soft and thought that talking to Komi was not hard. He tried to give her a tissue. After some time, Komi wrote again that she was sorry for troubling him and called Tadano by his last name, which surprised Tadano. Then Komi wrote that he should forget about today, and she bowed a little like she was asking to leave. But Tadano wrote a simple thing on the board to keep the talk going. Komi gave a short answer. Tadano encouraged her to write more, and Komi, even while hesitating, kept writing until the board was full. At the end, Tadano asked Komi about her dream. Komi wrote that she wanted to make 100 friends. Tadano quickly wrote that he would become her first friend and help her find the other 99. Then he got embarrassed and erased it, but Komi wrote thank you and left quickly while crying with happiness. Tadano decided for himself that he would help Komi so she could make 99 friends. And at the same time, Komi was still crying on the other side. The next day, Tadano thought of a way to help Komi with their dream and believed it would work. He went to a group of girls and tried to talk to Yami, but Yami acted soft on the outside and gave such a harsh answer that Tadano quickly apologized and stepped back. After that, she went back to her friends like nothing happened. Tadano tried to talk to some other people, but after failing again and again, he felt that most of the class did not want to talk to him. Still, he did not give up and finally decided to go to the person he wanted to avoid, Najimi. Najimi was a student who got along with almost everyone and had many friends in the school because she knew them from childhood. Tadano told Najimi to become Komi's friend, but Najimi refused. Tadano took her outside to understand the reason. Najimi said Komi was the only person she could not become friends with because she could not understand her. She said she was in the same class as Komi before and tried to become friends, but Komi did not talk, so Najimi tried to stay away from Komi for a long time. Tadano explained that this could be a misunderstanding and told Najimi to walk home with Komi so things could become clear, but Najimi refused refused at first. Then Najimi teased Tadano and made a joke about his intentions, and Tadano said he only wanted to help. After that, Najimi agreed to walk home with Komi. After school, Najimi and Komi walked home together and Tadano followed them from a distance. On the way, Najimi tried to start a normal talk with Komi, but Komi did not answer. After a while, two rude boys blocked their way. Tadano got worried, but then he saw that Najimi talked to them like she already knew them. It became clear that one of the boys liked Najimi, and that was why he came looking for her, so he could ask her to go with him. Najimi clearly refused and told him to improve himself. The boy got angry, took off his shirt, grabbed Najimi's wrist, and tried to force her to agree. At that moment, Komi put her hand on the boy's shoulder and tried to return his house key that had fallen from his pocket. Komi tried to tell him about the key, but the boy misunderstood one word and thought he was being threatened. He got scared and ran away at once, and his friend followed him. After they left, Komi looked down, so Tadano told her she did nothing wrong. At that moment, Najimi changed the topic and showed Komi that she was ready to become her friend, then started laughing. Komi said nothing, but Tadano realized Komi liked this, and Tadano saw it as a positive step. The next day at lunch, Najimi sat with Komi and kept talking a lot. Then Tadano came and told Najimi that Komi had trouble talking to people, but she still wanted to make 100 friends. After hearing this, Najimi thought of a way to help Komi feel less shy. Najimi sent Komi to Stanbakes to get a very complicated order and said that if Komi did not go, they could not be friends. Komi left at once. Tadano thought this way was harsh, but Najimi said it was for Komi's own good and told Tadano to secretly follow Komi and watch. Komi waited outside Stanbakes for some time and tried to get courage. On the first try, she went inside and came out at once. On the second try, she reached the counter and tried to use signs to explain. The barista pointed to the menu, but Komi could not understand the part of the order where she had to choose and mix. The barista guessed the order, but made the wrong thing. Still, Komi took it and went back to school. When she reached school, Komi had tears in her eyes. Tadano and Najimi tried to blame each other, then both bent down and apologized, while Komi sat there quietly, angry. A few days later, during lunch break in the library, Agari saw that Komi was watching her from far away, which made her nervous and she did not understand why such a popular girl was looking at her. To calm herself, she went to the bathroom and hid in a stall, because that place felt safer to her. She also felt that Komi had followed her. After some time, she thought Komi had left, so Agari came out of the stall and was about to leave. As soon as she came out, she met a teacher. The teacher told her to inform the class that in the 6th period, everyone had to go to the gym. This was hard for Agari because she had trouble speaking in front of everyone, but she still agreed and quickly walked to the class because she still felt Komi was watching her. When she reached the class, Agari tried to give herself courage and thought she could speak, but as soon as she tried, the words that came out were not clear, and everyone looked at her. She got scared and tried to run away, but as soon as she turned left, she screamed in fear, and in that panic finally gave the gym message, then left at once. The people in the class were surprised. Tadano saw that Komi was standing near the door and guessed that Komi had some part in this. Later it was found out that earlier that day, Najimi had told Tadano and Komi that it would not be easy for Komi to become friends with everyone. Najimi had prepared some profiles and wrote about a few people Komi could talk to first. The first on the list was Agari, who looked very nervous. After reading Najimi's notes, Komi felt a special connection with Agari, and when Agari went to the library, Komi followed her. In the present, Komi wrote to Tadano and explained everything, and Tadano felt bad that Komi could not talk directly to Agari. At that moment, Agari came to them and asked Komi if Komi wanted to talk to her because she had felt Komi around her all day. She also said that when she had to give the message in class, it felt like she got help to speak, even though she was very scared. Tadano thought this was the right time and suggested that Komi and Agari become friends. When Tadano said this, Agari refused again and again and crawled up the stairs. Then she explained that she felt she was not good enough to be Komi's friend and thought a different relationship was better for her, so Komi and Tadano accepted it as it was. The next day, Komi showed Tadano her new phone and said she wanted to collect friends' phone numbers. Tadano said he would go with her to talk to Najimi and Agari, but Komi showed she wanted to do it herself. Tadano saw Komi first try to talk to Najimi. Najimi hesitated to talk to Komi because Tadano was there, but in the end, Komi understood what Najimi wanted to say. Then Komi went to Agari. Agari talked in a strange way and acted in ways that were not right. After that, Komi came back to Tadano. Tadano praised Komi for getting Najimi's number alone. Instead of answering, Komi tried to give her phone to Tadano, but at that moment, Agari came. She apologized for her bad behavior before and gave Komi a paper with her phone number. Then she also said that Najimi told her Komi wanted Tadano's number too. After that, things became awkward between Komi and Tadano saved his number in Komi's phone without looking at her. Later, when there was an election in class, Komi's name came up for president almost at once, but Najimi convinced everyone that Komi was above such a position and gave her a special title instead. Then Tadano became president and Najimi became vice president. That evening at home, Komi was busy with her phone and by mistake called Tadano. As soon as Tadano answered, Komi ended the call. Tadano understood it was a mistake, so he called back and told Komi to make a sound if everything was okay. Komi answered with a soft and shaking voice, then apologized for calling by mistake. For her, this became an important step in talking on the phone. After this talk, Tadano kept thinking about Komi's voice, and Komi thought of her first phone talk as a success. The next day at school, Najimi was playing with Yami and some other students. Tadano saw that Komi wanted to join them, so he called out to Najimi. Najimi called Komi and told her to join the game, and the other students became excited. Tadano was worried that Najimi would make this another practice for Komi, so Tadano also asked to join. Komi was welcomed in a good way, but Tadano felt the cold attitude of the others, but they let him join because they did not want to show dislike in front of Komi. During the game, Najimi said the loser had to make a special face, and everyone tried hard to make Komi lose so they could see her do it. Tadano understood this and lost the game on purpose so that the bell rang and it was time for class. After everyone left, Najimi came back and told Tadano he still had to make the face. Tadano felt bad, but Komi thanked him for helping her join the game, which made Tadano feel a little better. A few days later, during the physical test, Yadano Makeru decided she would beat Komi no matter what. She set a goal to win in 3 out of 4 parts, but in the end, she was ahead in only 2, and the result was a tie. After that, Makeru understood that perfect body measurements were not fixed and final. Tadano saw that Makeru kept watching Komi and was surprised that she did not look at Komi in a strange way like the other students. He also did not know that Makeru was competing with Komi without Komi knowing, and when Makeru could not fully reach her goal, Tadano did not like it. The next day, Tadano was going to school when someone suddenly took him from behind. At the same time, Komi was also going to school, and Yami was following her very closely. On the way, Yami picked up a hair strand that fell from Komi and kept it with her. When Yami tried to go near Komi, Agari, who tried to stay with Komi, came and started talking to Komi. Yami looked at Agari in a harsh way. Agari got scared and ran away. After that, Yami tried again to talk to Komi, but Najimi came to Komi first and started talking to her. Yami acted normal in front of Najimi, but still made a small insult to Najimi during the talk, and finally got near Komi. Komi looked at Yami quietly, and Yami misunderstood this and thought Komi was not giving her importance. Najimi tried to make things clear, but Yami liked this situation. Then Yami took Najimi to an empty hallway and asked what her relationship with Komi was. Najimi said she was Komi's friend. Yami accepted this, but said she wanted to be introduced to Komi in a proper way, and Najimi did it. After the introduction in class, Komi mostly looked at Yami in silence, which made Yami's obsession grow, and she had to control herself. Then Yami sat in Tadano's seat and said she made too much food in the morning so she could give her lunch to Komi. Komi did not like that Yami was sitting in Tadano's place, but she agreed to take the lunch because she thought Tadano would want her to keep trying to make friends. Yami showed happiness, then apologized for making noise and went back to her seat. Right after that, the bell rang, and Najimi noticed for the first time that Tadano was not in class. At the same time, Tadano woke up in a room full of Komi's pictures, and there were also pictures of Yami. Tadano understood that Yami had kidnapped him. The clock on the wall showed it was 10:48 a.m. During the school break, Najimi asked Yami if she could come to her house after school. Yami was again sitting in Tadano's seat and was about to refuse, but when Najimi said she would bring Komi too, Yami agreed at once. Then Yami remembered her room was full of Komi's things and pictures, and Tadano was locked up there, so she got nervous. After school, the time was shown as 4,036 p.m. Yami brought Najimi and Komi home and said they should wait outside because she wanted to clean her room. Inside, she took down the pictures and locked Tadano in the closet. She also threatened Tadano that if he did anything, she would take him to the mountains and bury him. When Yami closed the door, Tadano heard Najimi's voice and tried to make a sound to get attention, but Yami hid this and said the neighbors were making noise. Then she said there was nothing to worry about and she was going to bring drinks. As she left, she told them in a harsh way not to look in the closet. Even then, Najimi opened the closet and saw that Tadano was tied to a chair. At that moment, Yami came back, and when her secret was found, she took out sharp chopsticks. She said she caught Tadano because of Komi, because she thought Tadano was stopping her from getting close to Komi, and she also believed Komi should be friends with her instead of Tadano. At this point, point, Yami looked ready to hurt Tadano. Komi ignored Yami's words and with Najimi's help, freed Tadano. Then Komi told Yami her behavior was not right. When Komi was about to leave with Tadano, Yami begged her to stop, but Komi wrote in her notebook that she would choose her own friends. Komi left and Tadano followed her. Najimi pressed herself against the wall and silently called Tadano's name. After Komi and Tadano left, Yami fell on the floor and could not accept that Komi did not choose her, and it was clear her obsession was not over. The next day at school, Komi apologized to Tadano and said she felt responsible for what happened because of Yami, then wanted to know if Tadano still wanted to be her friend. Tadano said it was not Komi's fault and he wanted to stay her friend by his own choice. Then Komi took a step forward and actually spoke, saying that last night she called Tadano by mistake and wanted to stay friends. At that moment, Najimi came with Yami. Yami apologized to Tadano for trying to get rid of him, and also apologized to Komi. Komi did not answer, so Yami looked satisfied with the silence. Tadano and Najimi explained Komi's problem to Yami, so she would not misunderstand Komi's behavior. Yami took it as a good thing about Komi, and when Komi accepted Yami as a friend, Yami became very happy. In the end, Yami jokingly threatened Tadano that if he touched Komi, she would bury him alive. Summer came and the school uniform changed, including Komi's summer uniform, and this made people pay even more attention to her in class. At the same time, the physical ability tests were happening, and Yadana Makaru again started a competition in her mind without Komi knowing. When the fitness test was announced in the school schedule, Makaru made it part of her competition, and this time she was determined to win. But in different events, she kept losing, and Komi won every time, which made Makaru disappointed. In the end, only the race was left, but Komi was far ahead of her on the track too. Makaru accepted her defeat and went to congratulate Komi, but Komi did not understand. When Makaru tried to shake hands, Komi did not react, and Makaru decided for herself that Komi wanted to keep the competition going. Then after seeing Komi's performance in the sprint test, Makaru's one-sided rivalry started to include respect and praise. After school, Najimi asked Komi if she and Tadano could come to her house. Komi hesitated for a while, then agreed, and they all went to Komi's house. There, Komi's mother welcomed them and happily said, "Welcome to Komi's friends." She joked that she was 17 at heart, which surprised Tadano and Najimi and made Komi embarrassed. Then they went to Komi's room. Najimi sat on the bed while Tadano and Komi sat on the floor, and there was silence for some time. After a while, Komi's mother came with tea and snacks and broke the silence. Then Najimi made an excuse to go to the bathroom and left the room, but sat outside the door and watched Komi and Tadano so they would be alone. During this time, Komi and Tadano mostly stayed quiet. After some time, Najimi came back and called them an old married couple. After that, Najimi started looking around the room and found some books about how to talk to people. Then Najimi picked up Komi's photo album and started looking at it. The visit lasted until evening, and when it got dark, Najimi and Tadano said goodbye to Komi and went home. Komi felt there was not enough time, and she wanted to stay together longer. Then Najimi sent her a message with a secret picture from their visit. The next day at school, Komi told Tadano and Najimi that she wanted to go to a ramen shop because it was one of her wishes. Agari heard this, so after school she took the three of them to the best ramen shop in the city. Inside, they had to order, and Najimi started asking questions as usual, so Agari explained that talking was not allowed there. The rule was to order quickly after sitting, answer the owner's question about toppings, then eat the ramen, return the bowl, and leave the place. Komi finished eating first, and people noticed her manners and style. Tadano and Najimi kept watching her and could not finish on time, so their noodles got bad. Outside, Komi thanked them and said they could come again. A few days later, Najimi was talking to Komi when a girl with a bandage on one eye came to them. She talked about some dragon power inside her and told Komi to make a special contract with her to keep the power under control. Najimi recognized her as Nakanaka Omaharu and said she was Chuanebu, meaning she thought she was something she was not. Komi asked Nakanaka to explain more, so Nakanaka got nervous and could not speak clearly. Then she said her eye injury was getting worse and left. After she left, Najimi said this reminded her of Tadano's Chuanibu period. Komi asked why, so Najimi explained that in middle school, Tadano had a Chuanibu phase and thought he was a hero from a shonen manga. During that time, he liked a popular girl at school, so he asked Najimi for help. Their plan was to write a word on the ground so the girl would see it, then take her behind the school and do something inappropriate. Tadano tried to tell her his feelings, but before he could finish, the girl refused and said she would not date a guy like him. After this experience, Tadano decided to change himself and become normal. Later in gym class, the teacher told everyone to make pairs for warm-up. Everyone wanted to pair pair with Komi, while Nakanaka thought she had no chance, so she kept telling herself she did not need a partner. Then Komi came to her and they did stretches together. After that, when Komi was leaving, Nakanaka tried to thank her, but because of embarrassment, she could not say it directly and started saying strange things. Komi listened to her, and Nakanaka kept repeating the contract thing and said Komi was now connected to her, and in this way, she actually wanted to call Komi her friend. After that, one day after school, Najimi took Tadano's umbrella and left a teasing note. Komi decided to share her umbrella with Tadano and they walked home together. On the way, when they stopped at a convenience store, Tadano asked if Komi saw Najimi's note and if she was waiting for him. Komi got shy and answered by staying quiet. A few days later, Najimi told Komi they were going shopping, and it came out that Komi had never shopped for herself before. Najimi also told Tadano he had to come and invited Agari too, who was happy to go out with Komi. When they reached the mall, Yami came to them and said she saw them during shopping. Still, she was included in the group. When they found out Komi did not know what kind of clothes to buy, Najimi made a plan. She said everyone should choose one outfit for Komi. Komi would try them on, and then they would all decide which was best. First, Komi wore the red Chinese dress Najimi chose. After that were the clothes Yami chose, but everyone thought they were not right for Komi and rejected them. Then Komi wore Agari's choice, which looked like something from the kids section, so they got a low score. In the end, Komi came out wearing the clothes Tadano picked, and everyone said those were the best. Later, at home, Komi was lying on the bed looking at a magazine and decided to get a haircut. At her usual salon, she met the new assistant, Arai Kimiko, who wanted to do a good job. Kimiko saw Komi outside and told her to come in, but Komi did not go in until the hairstylist Karisu Maki opened the door. Maki seemed to know Komi's behavior and knew how to handle her. Without talking, Maki understood Komi's usual haircut and did it that way. During the hair wash, Kimiko tried to talk to Komi, but Komi just pointed at words in the magazine to answer, so Kimiko thought maybe she was bad at her job. At the payment counter, Komi showed a thank you message for Kamiko using the magazine, then pointed at the magazine and paid the bill. After Komi left, Kamiko worried that maybe Komi did not like her way, but Maki said the salon could be a stressful place for some people. The next day, only Tadano noticed that Komi's hair was cut. That night, Komi lay in bed thinking about past meetings, then her thoughts stopped at Tadano and she fell asleep. At school, when exam season came, Najimi suggested they all study together in the library. In the library, a senior student, Gurimi, kept order and quickly stopped anyone making noise. She had a big paper fan and made noisy people quiet at once. The rule was that after 3 mistakes, you would be kicked out. First, Gurimi stopped Najimi. Komi and Tadano started studying, but Najimi stopped studying and began reading a book. Then, because they could not stop laughing, Gurimi scolded them again. After that, Najimi brought a Jenga set and Komi joined the game. Tadano was careful because Gurimi was there. To not disappoint Komi, Tadano carefully moved a block, but Najimi made the tower fall by mistake. After 3 mistakes, Gurimi took Najimi outside. Even after this, for Komi, it was a good experience that she could join in the little playful environment. Exams ended. Komi's scores were mostly in the 90s. Najimi also did well, even though she was not interested in studying. Tadano's scores were average for the class. Sometime later, summer break came. Komi and Tadano finished their summer homework early, and both kept thinking if they should ask each other to go out. In the end, Komi took the step and called Tadano. Because Tadano suddenly stopped and hesitated, Komi did not get a clear answer. Then Najimi interrupted and suggested they all go to the pool together. The next day, Komi got ready to leave home and kept checking her bag again and again. Before leaving, her mother also checked to make sure she did not forget anything. Komi reached the station about half an hour before the set time. Then on time, Najimi and Tadano arrived. Najimi pointed out that Komi was wearing the same outfit Tadano had picked for her. Tadano, out of breath, praised Komi and she got shy. On the way, Najimi said she also invited Agari. Then Yami and some other people also came. Najimi agreed to go with everyone, but Komi felt pressure from having more people. Komi met Najimi and Tadano outside the pool building, and then Agari also came. When everyone went to change clothes, Yami kept watching Komi and remembered how she used to watch her house before. When Komi took out her swimsuit, Yami got even more restless. Yami did not like that Komi came out in the school swimsuit, so she grabbed Komi and insisted she buy another one from the shop. After that, the girls came out one by one in swimsuits. Except for Tadano, the other boys gave everyone full points, but gave Komi extra high points. Then they all went to the water slide first, and Najimi told Agari to slide with her. The rest played rock, paper, scissors to decide who would go with Komi, but the slide staff told Tadano to go with Komi. While sliding, Tadano could not see clearly because of Komi's hair. At the bottom, Komi sat on the ground shaking. Tadano understood she wanted to go again, and she went on the same slide 4 more times. After that, they put Komi on an inflatable donut and took her around. Then everyone went to the big pool to swim. There, Najimi suggested a breath-holding contest and said the winner would get drinks from the losers. Everyone agreed. Tadano opened his eyes underwater and saw that Najimi had a mask on her face. Then, when everyone thought it was hard for Komi, they quit the contest and made Komi the winner. Komi got all the drinks, and Tadano sat with her while she drank one, and he thought Komi was having a good time. Najimi came to them, but could not say what she wanted because her attention went to the diving board and she ran there. Komi also tried to go after her but slipped and fell and got hurt, so they took her to the clinic. After treatment, when she came out, the friends decided to go home, but Komi said they should spend the rest of the time at the pool. Tadano and Yami started to stay with her, but Najimi pulled them away and said if they stayed with Komi, she would feel bad. Komi spent the rest of the time sitting with the bags and watching her friends play. After some time, Tadano came to her and told her not to worry. At that time, Najimi and Agari were playing in the pool, while Yami and the others were busy at the place where Komi fell. Komi said she felt bad that the day was ruined because of her. Tadano told her it was not like that, then splashed pool water on her face to make her feel better. Then he held out his hand for Komi to take, and as soon as she took it, Tadano got nervous. At that moment, water hit his face, and Agari and Najimi appeared with water guns. Then the others joined, and everyone had a water gun fight. On the way back on the train, Najimi and Tadano were happy that everyone had fun. Komi fell asleep, and Yami looked like she was sleeping on her shoulder, but she was awake and busy staying close to Komi. On another day, Komi had to go to the library and her father took her. They did not talk on the way, and for Komi's mother, it was strange how they understood each other. They stopped at a cafe and ordered shaved ice. People around them looked and wondered what they were doing. Komi got brain freeze, so her father gave her a hot drink, then tried to ask about school. Komi smiled and he put his hand on her head. Then, when he ate the shaved ice, he also got brain freeze, and Komi gave him back the same hot drink, which made him happy. In the library, Komi liked a book called The Grove of Goats and Iron and started reading it. She attracted people's attention in her own way and then went to the checkout desk. She stood near it for some time but did not go forward, then sat down and read the book to calm herself. At that time, a child near her started crying and Komi got surprised. The child looked at Komi and Komi looked at the child, which made the child even more scared and Komi got nervous. To calm the child, Komi grabbed her cheeks and tried to make a smile on her face, so the child became quiet. The child's mother left, wondering what happened, and the child waved goodbye to Komi, and Komi waved back. At that time, Tadano was watching Komi from between the shelves. He came to the library to return books. After seeing this, he left and forgot to return the books he brought. On the way home, Komi saw a park and decided to swing, and liked it. Then she went to the slide and liked that too. Then she climbed the jungle gym, but felt it was too high. She went to some other play areas and got tired. Then she drank water from the fountain. At the same time, Tadano was riding his bike to the library to return the books, and he saw Komi drinking water in the park. He kept going, thinking he saw something nice, and again forgot to return the books. After summer break, the first day of school came, and the students walked to school with heavy steps. In that crowd, Inaka no Koko appeared, with short brown hair and freckles on her face. She was always scared someone would find out her secret, because she was a girl from the countryside. The first semester was hard for her, because she wore a very long skirt, but now, in the new semester, she wore a shorter skirt, though it was still longer than the others. She looked at Komi and thought she was the most noticeable girl in her class, and wondered what it would be like if she was a city girl too. The next week, Najimi told Komi to go buy a sandwich for her, because she could not go herself. Komi, as usual, agreed, but did not know that a girl named Nokoko was following her. Nokoko thought Komi was a confident city girl, while she herself was from the province. She wanted to copy Komi and learn to act like city girls, so she would not be embarrassed. She also did not know that Tadano was watching Komi and saw Nokoko following too. Najimi also complained that she forgot her lunch, then gave Komi instructions to buy a sandwich from Sabui. Inaka heard this and thought that by staying behind Komi, she would learn the city style, while Tadano also stayed behind Komi to protect her and hid when he saw Inaka. Nokoko saw that Komi stood outside the shop for some time, then went in and walked to the counter. Inside, both girls felt pressure seeing many people who looked confident. When the waitress asked Komi for her order, Komi got nervous and left without saying anything. Nokoko also thought this was a confident move for Komi and felt Komi was moving in her own way. Then Komi went in again and pointed at a sandwich, but when the waitress asked more questions about what else she wanted and how to make the sandwich, Komi got even more nervous. In the end, the waitress guessed the order herself and made the sandwich and packed it. The worker was impressed by Komi's beauty and said she would give her the staff's recommended sandwich. Komi took the sandwich and left. Nokoko, impressed, decided she would order in the same way. Then Inaka went in and tried to order a sandwich and managed to do it. Later, Najimi saw her sandwich and it was not what she asked for. Sometime later, Komi was reading a book when she got a message from Nakanaka inviting her to her house. That weekend, Komi went to Nakanaka's house to play video video games. Nakanaka found out Komi did not know much about games, so she called Najimi too. Nakanaka opened the door and could not believe Komi really came, because she did not expect her to come. In the room, Nakanaka was still surprised about what to do with Komi, then showed her her favorite game, but Komi stayed quiet. Nakanaka got scared Komi would get bored and leave, so she called Najimi and Tadano and they came after a while. Najimi came with Tadano and suggested playing a Super Mario type game, but Komi did not know how to play. Najimi and Nakanaka started playing while Tadano explained the controls to Komi. In the game, Najimi was close to winning, but Komi accidentally hit a mud ball and Nakanaka won. A few days later, Komi got a call from Najimi. Then, Najimi told Komi to help her with her part-time job and hand out tissues on the street. Komi came to help, but because she could not talk, people did not take tissues from her. She kept trying, but most people ignored her, while Najimi was doing her job well. For Komi, this situation became very tough. At the same time, a person in a bear costume was also handing out tissues, and seeing this gave Komi some courage, but even then, she was refused once. Then a woman who really needed a tissue came to Komi and took one. After that, another woman wanted a tissue but was shy to ask, so Komi gave her one herself. Seeing this, other people understood Komi was handing out tissues and started coming to her until there was a line. In the end, Komi finished all the boxes. At the end of the day, Najimi thanked Komi and said she would pay her, then walked away. Komi was happy she could do this job, and then it showed Tadano inside the bear costume, very bothered by the heat. A few days later at school, Tadano and Komi came early, but Komi saw a strange mark on Tadano's face. She got nervous about telling him or not, and even cried. Then Najimi came and had the same mark on her face. After that, Agari, Yami, Nakanaka, and the others also looked the same. Then Komi woke up and found out it was a dream. The next day, Tadano came early again, and Komi saw the same mark again. Tadano talked to Najimi a few times, and then Komi wanted Tadano to call her by her name because they were friends. Tadano thought this was strange because he felt calling a girl by her name could be rude. Then Najimi started calling Komi by Shoko, but Tadano still did not do it. Then Najimi said Komi should also call them by name. Komi tried, but she also could not say the name. In the end, Najimi carelessly said that Tadano had a sesame seed on his face the whole time. The next week, there was a sports festival at school. At this event, Komi first met a second-year student named Netsuno. Netsuno was strong in sports. She wished Komi good luck for the events, and also said that with her ability to feel body heat, she thought Komi was very cold, so it might be hard for her to win. Seeing all this, Yami made the class agree that they would win for Komi. The tournament was by class, and there was a prize at the end. The first event was stretching, and the class could get 10 points for the best stretching. The vice principal was the judge, and was about to give the points to Netsuno, but then he saw Komi, and as a result, Komi won. After that was tug of war, but Komi's class lost because some students fainted one by one from being too close to Komi. Then it was announced that all classes would play against each other without age difference. The next event was the mixed obstacle race. In this, Agari came last, but still got extra points. During the race, she touched Nakanaka's hand and gave her a chance to go forward, then she fainted. Nakanaka, even though she was behind, kept trying and touched Tadano's hand on time. Tadano continued the race and the class started cheering for him. Almost all the girls cheered for Tadano, but Komi did not. Najimi quickly understood that Komi also wanted to cheer, so encouraged her. Tadano was weak in sports, so he fell. Then, when he was about to stop, he saw Komi cheering for him, and after that, his speed got better, and he finished in third place. The events continued, and then it started raining, and at that time, Komi's mother also came to see her daughter and cheer for her. The class was surprised to see her, and some thought she was Komi because of their similar face. Komi got embarrassed and signaled her mother to leave, but her mother smiled and said she was happy that Komi was having a good time. She also said Komi's friends were good boys, then left, and after some time the weather cleared again. After the rain stopped, there was a treasure hunt. Komi and the others took most of the things from Tadano, but when Najimi asked, Tadano refused to give her anything. Then there were more games, and finally the final relay race came, which was important for the overall win. Before the relay, Netsuno tried to wish Komi good luck by shaking hands, but Komi got nervous and could not answer, so Netsuno took her hand back. Still, she wished Komi good luck and took her position. Netsuno and Komi took the baton at almost the same time and ran together. Then Komi slipped and fell in the mud and was left behind. Her class kept calling out and cheering for her, and she got up and started running again, but Netsuno was far ahead and won. Komi ran at full speed and finished second. After the race, everyone gathered around Komi to see if she was hurt. Netsuno saw that people only cared about her and also said these were good friends, and she cried. At the end of the day, Komi got a certificate for her class because they came second overall. One day, Tadano was crushed by a lot of homework and people's tasks. Najimi offered to help, but Onamine sent her to do something else. Komi also wanted to help, but Onamine said Komi did not need to. Then Onamine and Tadano were walking together, and Onamine asked why he accepted so many people's tasks and still kept trying for Komi. even though he had no hope of success. Tadano said Komi was a very good and important friend for him, and if Onamin got to know her, she would understand. Onamin laughed, agreed, and patted his back. Komi saw this and felt jealous. Onamin tried to talk to Komi, but Komi ran away. Later, Tadano was stuck with work again, and Onamin offered to help again. Tadano told Komi she could leave because he would be late. Komi got angry, took her things, and left, but then came back and wrote that she wanted to help. Tadano agreed, which made Komi happy. Onamin understood the situation and left to give them space. The next day, Onamin hugged both of them, and Komi apologized for running away the day before. Onamin laughed and whispered in Komi's ear that she should not worry, and Tadano would answer her feelings in the end. Komi got very shy and ran away. Tadano asked what happened, but Onamin said it was a secret between friends. Later that day, Komi asked Tadano if he could go to a photo booth with her after school because she heard some students talking about it. Before Tadano could answer, Najimi came and talked about a place she knew. Then Yami also joined and insisted on going with them. After school, they went to the photo booth and took pictures, and Najimi laughed when she saw them. Yami liked Komi so much that she got a nosebleed. Then Najimi suggested they go eat something. When leaving, Tadano saw Komi looking at some cat keychains. The next day at school, Tadano tried to give Komi a keychain. Komi showed she also got one and suggested they exchange. When Tadano tried to take his back, they had to hide it in a hurry because Najimi was coming behind them. A few days later, in class, there was so much disagreement about what activity to choose for the school festival that the whole class kept arguing. The cultural festival was near, and everyone was giving their own ideas. Najimi said everyone should share their ideas with the class and then decide by voting, but the problem was that most suggestions were about Komi, and people were thinking what role or outfit they wanted to see Komi in. The suggestions included a maid cafe, haunted house, whack-a-mole game, a play with Komi as a princess, a rock band from Nakanaka, and many other ideas. Still, no one could agree on one thing, because everyone thought their idea was the best. During this, Tadano asked Komi what she wanted. Komi wrote on her notepad that a maid cafe was a good idea. As soon as this came out, the argument almost ended at once and everyone agreed. Then preparation started. Komi wanted to help, but the class did not let her work and made her sit on a throne, which made Komi feel left out. Then a girl in the class, Otori Kaide, who is usually not noticed, was told to go to the shop to get more things. Kaede told Komi to come with her. Nene also offered to go because she knew Kaede often got distracted. Kaede, Nene, and Komi went to the shop. At first, Nene said they should split up to get things quickly, then changed her mind and decided to stay together. They found the wood, but when they turned around, Kaede was gone. Nene got worried and said they should split up to find her so she would not go to the wrong place. After some searching, Komi found Kaede about to enter a forbidden place. Kaede apologized for wandering off without telling. Komi asked why Kaede invited her. Kaede said she wanted to be friends with Komi because she saw Komi had good friendship with Tadano and Najimi. Komi sat on her knees and wrote, and when she stood up, Kaede was gone again. Then Komi found her busy with a chainsaw. On the way back to school, Nene said she was glad everything was okay, and Kaede said they would make the festival a success together. At that moment, Komi said yes in her own voice, which surprised both girls. Tadano saw them coming back from the window and was happy that Komi was becoming more independent. The next day, they went around the city to different shops and places to hand out flyers for their cafe. Najimi explained the way, and Komi also tried to do it. Komi went into a shop, but because she could not speak clearly, the shopkeeper got confused. Komi still had the flyer in her hand, but she came out with a full stomach. Tadano decided it was better to go to places they already knew, and there Komi could do her job. In the end, only one flyer was left. They knocked on a door, and it was the same child Komi made laugh in the library, and this time, Komi did it again. The night before the festival, Komi made rice balls with the others and gave them to the tired classmates. At school, the whole class was tired, but the group brought onigiris and everyone got energy. Everyone wanted to taste the onigiris Komi made, but they got mixed up. By chance, Tadano got the onigiri Komi made, and Komi got shy. For Nene, this was another chance to tease them. On the day of the festival, Komi did not like the maid outfit Najimi gave her because it was too short, so they changed it. But Komi was still embarrassed because the skirt was still short. Najimi said she did not have another one, even though this was not true, and Komi had to wear it. Then customers started coming. One of them was a person who was a fan of maid cafes. He kept liking the cafe and put every maid in a different group in his own way. When he met Komi, he thought Komi was angry with him. He finished eating and was about to leave, but Komi stopped him at the door and in a hesitant voice told him to come again sometime. After that, he understood Komi's silence had another reason and he liked this style. Later, Najimi forced Tadano to wear a maid outfit too and said more people were needed to help. Najimi made him wear the uniform and a pink wig. As soon as Hitomi saw her brother in this state, she took a picture and left and sent the picture to their mother. Then Komi's mother and brother also came to the cafe, which made the class very excited and they gathered around Komi's brother. Tadano had to handle him and was very embarrassed. Shisuke also came, which made the girls even more excited, but he did not show much interest and left. During the break, Komi told Tadano that she thought he looked good in the outfit. Tadano got shy, and Komi got shy too. As the day went on, the class's maid cafe was doing well, but Najimi decided to give discount offers to bring in more customers. There were already a lot of customers in lines, so Najimi started handing out coupons, told Komi to go around and get people's attention, and sent her outside to handle the crowd. Then Najimi started charging money for things not on the menu, like making shapes with hands, massages, photos with maids, or things like getting hit by Komi. The principal found out and told Najimi to give all the money back. After that, the homeroom teacher removed her from the cafe and made her return the collected money too. After the hard work, Najimi told Komi and Tadano to walk around the school and see other classes' stalls. While walking, Komi was impressed by different things and got so lost in it that she started walking in circles and almost got left behind. Then while walking, they reached the haunted house. Najimi told them to go in, but Komi got scared. Inside, Komi was very afraid, even though she mostly saw scary pictures and scary drawings. A girl who was playing a ghost kept thinking if she should scare Komi or not because Komi had a special status in school. While she was unsure, time passed and Komi and the others finished the haunted house and came out. Outside, they saw a big crowd in the yard listening to people's confessions on the roof. Komi had never seen this before, so she said she wanted to see it too, and Najimi agreed. There, Yami was on the roof and loudly talked about marrying Komi. Komi did not answer, but Yami said it was Komi's shyness. Then Najimi sent Komi to the roof and told her to promote the cafe. The crowd waited for Komi to speak, but only a meow came out of Komi's mouth. At first, people were confused, then they understood it as Komi calling herself a cat maid, and they happily promised to come to the cafe. When Komi came down from the roof, Tadano scolded Najimi for putting Komi in a stressful situation, but Najimi laughed and asked Komi if she had fun. Komi nodded and said she liked trying to speak in front of the crowd, even though it was very hard for her. At that moment, a girl came with 2 monks and told Najimi that the homeroom teacher signed her up for meditation. This was Najimi's punishment for trying to take money at the cafe. Then they took Najimi away and she kept screaming. After Najimi left, Tadano and Komi walked around more. During this, Komi was wearing glasses and Tadano told her she looked good in them, which made Komi shy. Then they met Nani and her friend Kaid and all watched the festival together. After that, Onamine and Notori came and took Komi to see the rest of the festival. They spent time at different places and in the end watched a band performance. Later, everyone gathered in the gym where the festival results were announced. Komi's class was chosen for the grand prize, and the most successful activity was the maid cafe, but because of Najimi's wrong ways, they did not get the real prize. Najimi said the prize was not important because everyone had fun, but no one listened to her. After the announcement, the after party started, soft music played, and people started dancing. Komi looked at Tadano, and Tadano understood she wanted to dance with him, but could not say it. Tadano asked her to dance, and they started dancing together, but neither of them knew how to dance. Then Najimi came between them and started dancing with them. And after a while, Yami and the others also came to the dance floor and things got even more out of control. After the party, everyone went to karaoke. Komi got very nervous because Najimi said everyone had to sing, but Komi could not sing. Tadano tried to comfort her, but Najimi still insisted. Najimi sang with Yami. Then Nakanaka sang, and sang well. When it was Komi's turn, she got so nervous that she could not sing. Still, the class made noise like she had sung, and some people claimed they heard something. After that, it was Tadano's turn, but most people did not pay attention to him, which made him feel bad. Then he saw that Komi was paying attention to him, so he got more courage and sang with all his effort. After singing, he started to go back in embarrassment, but Najimi pulled him and Komi forward and said they should all sing together. At home, Komi took out her notebook and wrote the names of the friends she had made so far.